Our top story tonight at 6, Monroe County Commissioners stick with their previous decision of opting out of House Bill 581.
The bill introduces a statewide homestead exemption that caps annual property value tax increases, limiting growth based on the previous year's inflation rate over the next 50 years. 41 NBC's Taylor Gilchrist has more.
When the Monroe County Board of Commissioners previously voted to opt out of House Bill 581, a cap on property tax increases, Chairman Alan Gibbs was the lone commissioner to vote in favor of staying in.
I felt like our county, our citizens need a tax break on however we can do it, and that was the option we had at the time. But
House Bill 92 passed in the state legislature last month, giving local governments until April 30th to change their decision on the homestead exemption. 60% of Monroe County voters supported House Bill 581 in November. In a special called meeting Tuesday, commissioners debated on what that should mean.
The taxpayers made a decision too, and they voted to stay in this.
That's not true. Did you read that ballot again? It was to give the commissioners the right to opt in or opt out. That's what the vote was.
Local governments that opted out of 581 now have the opportunity to opt back in annually through 2029. With Buc-ee's, Oglethorpe Power, and new data centers expected to open in Monroe County over the coming years, Gibbs says opting out and awaiting the financial impact of that development is for the better.
what that's going to do is raise the amount of money coming in the county so that we can maybe make a better decision for our citizens than what the state has offered.
District 2 Commissioner Eddie Rowland also changed his vote this time around, being the only vote in favor of opting back in. Rowland says he had reason to believe that a floating local option sales tax could have passed this November and made up for revenue loss due to the cap on property taxes.
From the discussion that I've got from my citizens, I feel like that they're interested in at least having an opportunity to vote for it, and I feel like they're more confident in it being a good decision than I anticipated that they would be.
Gibbs came into the meeting prepared to vote in favor of 581 again, but says he's comfortable with he and the board's final decision for this year.
We have enough time to see how these other counties, how it's affecting them along the way before we make a decision that's very difficult to get out of.
In Forsyth, Taylor Gilchrist, 41 NBC News.
Now let's break down what today's vote means for Monroe County residents and commissioners. For the people who live in Monroe County, property owners could face property tax increases throughout the next year with no limits. The vote also gives county commissioners flexibility to raise property taxes in the short term and long term. And what's next? If you're wondering, next year commissioners can vote to consider realigning property taxes to match the inflation rate, and they will keep that as an option through 2029.